So year 2, game 3. Right, was better than year 2, game 2. So, obviously crowd was awesome today. Students, were incredible. Just the reception, coming out onto the court, just special atmosphere. Fans were amazing. Gave us the lift that you need when you're playing at home. You get crowds like that at home, for whether it's Florida or, conference games or other non-conference games. It just, it raises your level, and that's why, teams that get great crowds play so well at home. So, awesome crowd. And I just really thrilled with the guys. I felt like we won the game on Thursday, won the game on Friday, won the game on Saturday, and a shoot around today. So, just with their approach, accountability, ownership on their part, ownership on our part as coaches, and in our part in the failure on Wednesday. We didn't do a good enough job. I didn't do a good enough job. And we all just looked in the mirror and made sure that we give ourselves a chance to win by the way we're going to prepare and by being self-aware of the things that we all did to contribute to Wednesday's game. But thrilled with the win, going into a chance to play in the tournament next week.
Was as bad as the start was offensively, was it much different than Wednesday because the defense was solid and it caught up to you eventually when they all together?
Yeah, it felt different to start. Obviously, we wanted to kind of run a lob a la Syracuse at the Garden last year, the zone special. We wanted to start with a lob and try to get that to a Cook, just to try to get the crowd involved and do something really aggressive. Felt like Al could have maybe thrown it a little bit higher, because the Cook's got real long arms. We might have gotten it, but you can just tell the leadership from Al, the leadership from Christian, and then just kind of the way it was going. We were locked in defensively. We were having long possessions of offense. We weren't doing a quick shot. Just try to get our own shot offensive thing. I knew we'd be okay.
Did you ever think of fouling Danny on that last possession so they don't get a 3?
We thought about it. If there was a little bit less time, and we had a pretty good idea that they were going to try to get a 2. It was a 3-point game. The thing was, if it got under 8, we would have tried to take one long offensive rebound, or if it was a long developing play. But with that much time left, we just wanted to be solid.
It seemed like kind of an appropriate end to have a steal at the end. Can you just talk about the defensive effort, especially by Josh and Christian?
Yeah, we did a really good job defensively. Guys followed the game plan to a T. Ball screen defense got away from us a little bit. Nemhart hurt us, got downhill in the second half. We did blow a couple of especially flat ball screen types of things, which was an adjustment that they made, but we just got after it and just thought we just played really, really hard. That was a physical game. That was obviously, you could take shooting efficiency and percentages out. That was just kind of like a will to win type of game, and our guys showed incredible will today.
What do you think kept you guys up? Sometimes when you're not making shots, you can hang your heads a little bit. What do you think kept you guys going there?
Just the last couple of days, when you practice, with purpose, and Christian and Al are lost in the team, lost in their teammates, lost in winning, lost in the game plan. That's what leadership is. That's what seniors and older players and programs that have been winning, that they just know how to do that. I've got to emphasize that. I can't take for granted that that's how seniors are supposed to act, because they weren't exposed to that. So just the way that they rallied the team, how accountable they were for their own performance on Wednesday, just sent a direct message through the team that that things are going to be a lot different moving forward. Those guys were, I was so proud of Al today, just the way he led, and just he played like a point guard today, a leader of men, and Christian, same thing.
Talk about the energy Isaiah gave you off the bench, 7 points, 6 rebounds.
Yeah, Isaiah was really good, and he had a great summer, and unsung hero, was really good defensively. He's a heck of a ball screen defender. And, when we got out of that position today, between him and Josh there, you end up getting, 20 and 14 or something like that. 20, yeah, get 20 and 14 out of the center spot. You win a lot of games when you get that out of that spot.
How's a win like this help the mental health of the team as far as keep fighting and believing and
Yeah,
working hard?
I just think, they're really smart. One of our really smart writers that covers Connecticut sports talked about it, on, I think it was on Friday, talked about how important it is for us to win. It's important for us to, win as many games as we can, this year as a program, to fight our tail off, to have an opportunity to play in a postseason tournament, to have a winning season. Like, it's critically important just to the psyche and the trajectory of the program, just gets more buy-in, and obviously a game like that on TV with the crowd and winning and a top 15 team, it's much needed for us as we're rebuilding the program. And we know where we are right now. It's going to be a process to get this thing back to the level. But today was we took a step back the other day. We took a couple of big steps with signing some big-time guys. We took a couple of big steps today by winning a big game at home with a big-time crowd, So,
Coach, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much swagger do you think your team played with today?
you put me in a bad spot.
Sorry.
I refuse to answer that. I was happy with it. I was happy. Tyler, listen, to see Tyler doing that, Tyler has a chance to be a big-time shooter. I thought the one before the half, he should have been able to get that off and make that. Eventually he's going to get that off and make that. I liked our shot distribution. That's how it's got to kind of look for us. Guys shooting between 6 and 12 shots. Tyler should be taking 8 threes a game. But again, that was a function of like Al playing like a point guard out there, and Christian, almost playing like a combo guard out there. 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 assists, 2 turnovers. That's really good.
Dan, can you just kind of compare what the locker room sounded and felt like tonight versus what it felt like it sounded like the other day? There was I guess water. There was liquid in both locker rooms. On Wednesday it was tears, and today it was Gatorade cups on my head and Tom's, slick back hair, Tom Moore. So he was crying the other day. So he was crying, and then I was like a morgue, man. You walked in there today, it was like some of the worst moments we've ever had in your life, literally. You feel like your gut got ripped, you feel like somebody ripped your guts out, and you're doing it in front of a lot of people on TV, in person, and then today, but life happens for you, not to you. If you stay in there, if you're self-aware and you look in the mirror and you, instead of blaming, complaining, and defending, if you just, get back in the fight, fix the things that you failed at, you learn from it. Like in life and in sports, there's always another opportunity for you, And to see what you've seen from your team the last few days after that, is that a sign that going through something like you did Wednesday isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world for a team as it comes together?
Yeah, especially where we're at. I think I'm in year 2 here. I knew, before I took the job, I understood the scope of it and how far we had to go. It was like game 2, year 2. We, in a sense, we overreacted with the urgency that we prepared for the Florida game with. But in terms of the big picture of what I'm trying to accomplish here, I didn't overreact to it because we have a long way to go to get this thing back to the level that we want to get it to. But for this team this year, if we take that approach, as the freshmen keep getting better, and as we get James back into the fold, and if we could just obviously, just get better in every facet, we can have a season, better than the last couple.
This is help you going into Charleston, you're gonna go down there, play a couple games, 2 games, and how's this gonna help you?
Well, I mean, the thought I had in Charleston, but just kind of looking at it, you look at your first 3 and you do say to yourself, you know, there was a chance that we were going to probably head there 2-1. Like when you do, because you do look at like your first couple and then you look at the MTE. It's probably not the way that we thought we'd maybe get to 2-1, but you just, you know, the thought did cross my mind, you know, the last couple of days, like 1 and 2, heading to Charleston, playing a Buffalo team that's really good. It's been to the NCAA tournament the last couple of years. It was not an ideal scenario. So we're going to be going in there, obviously, you know, treating the Buffalo game like they're one of the best teams we're going to play on our schedule. But now we're going in there with some confidence and going in there, you know, with a little bit of pep in our step and self-belief and feeling like we're going in there, obviously 1 game at a time, but we're going in to try to win it.
Dan, you don't typically think of Christian as a steady influence on the team, but was he as good as he's ever been?
I didn't say that, you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he, you know, listen, sometimes last year I said some things to Christian just after some games, and because we hadn't had enough time together, there wasn't enough trust built into the relationship, where I got the sense that he didn't necessarily believe it, but he was just kind of, he was showing me respect by looking at me. I could tell, and you know, he knew. I mean, he knew Wednesday that was not a good approach, and he desperately wants to leave here a winner. You know, and you could just tell that he was going to play a really sound game and a really, like he was like a really good senior guard game today. That was impressive.
And the difference-making plays down the stretch, Cook's rebound, with about 40 seconds to go, the free throw, the steal. Some guys who are struggling, making big shots. Does that speak to the toughness that maybe has been missing, that maybe is a step forward today in that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I showed him a clip. Showed him a clip from the Rhode Island Alabama game the other night. The guy Cyril Langevin hedged the ball screen, got back to his man. The guard was driving to the front of the rim. He stepped up to take a charge, got past his guy in the baseline, pinned it on the backboard. You know, like the whole thing is, man, you got to be out there making winning plays. You know, winning plays are, you know, it's not about hesitation, crossovers, and step back threes. It's about a big deflection, a big stop, a huge defensive rebound, great screening. You know, not taking bad shots. Like, you know, it's like making the extra pass, caring about a teammate. You know, like rotating, and you know what I mean. It's like that's what winning is. Winning is not, you know, the deep threes. Like, yeah, you need those things. You need the post move, but like, those are the things that win for you. Those are the things that winning teams do, and we have a lot of them on film tonight.